Hello, everyone. Today, we're talking about one of the biggest health traps that most people don't even realize, the types of meat we eat after age 60. You see, once we cross that milestone, our bodies change, quietly but dramatically. Our metabolism slows down, our muscle mass begins to shrink, and our organs, especially the heart and kidneys, start working a little harder than they used to. And yet, most of us keep eating the same kinds of meat we did in our 40s. Here's the problem. Not all proteins are created equal. Many people believe that as long as it's meat, it's healthy because, well, protein is good for you, right? But the truth is, some types of meat can actually speed up aging, raise your blood pressure, strain your kidneys, and even inflame your joints. While others, the right kinds, can protect your muscles, strengthen your bones, sharpen your memory, and keep your heart young. So if you're over 60, the difference between the meats you choose could literally mean the difference between staying active or slowly losing your vitality. In this video, we're going to uncover the 4 worst meats you should never touch after 60, the ones that can quietly sabotage your health no matter how normal they seem. And then we'll talk about the 4 best meats, delicious, nourishing choices that can help you stay strong, energetic, and full of life well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. And don't worry, this isn't about giving up flavor or joy in eating. It's about making smarter choices that work with your body, not against it. Because aging well isn't about restriction. It's about strategy. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's dive in. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to avoid and what to add to your plate. To protect your heart, your joints, and your energy for years to come. Ready? Let's get started. As we get older, one of the most overlooked parts of staying healthy isn't just what we eat, it's how our bodies respond to what we eat. After age 60, your body doesn't process food the same way it used to, and that's especially true when it comes to protein and the meats we eat every day. You see, protein is more than just fuel for muscles. It's the building block for nearly every part of your body. Your skin, your hair, your hormones, even your immune system. But here's something most people don't realize. After 60, our ability to absorb and use protein starts to decline. Let me explain why that matters. Inside your muscles, you have a natural cycle of breakdown and repair happening all the time. Every time you move, lift, or even stand, tiny muscle fibers are damaged, and your body repairs them using protein from your diet. That's what keeps your muscles strong and functional. But around age 60, this repair process slows down. Your body becomes less efficient at turning dietary protein into muscle tissue, a condition we call sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss. Studies show that after 60, adults can lose as much as 3 to 5% of muscle mass every decade, sometimes even faster if they're inactive or eat a low-protein diet. And this isn't just about looking fit, it's about function. When muscle mass drops, balance weakens, metabolism slows, and even your ability to recover from illness takes a hit. That's why the quality of your protein, not just the quantity, becomes absolutely critical. Now, what does quality mean? It comes down to amino acids, the small building blocks that make up protein. There are 20 amino acids in total, and among them, one stands out for aging adults, leucine. Leucine acts like a switch that turns on muscle repair and growth. Without enough leucine, your body struggles to build or maintain lean tissue, even if you're eating plenty of protein overall. And guess what? Some meats are naturally richer in leucine and easier to digest, while others, especially those high in fat or heavily processed, can interfere with protein absorption altogether. So it's not just eat more meat, it's eat the right kind of meat that your aging body can actually use. But there's another side to this story. Inflammation and oxidative stress. As we age, our body naturally produces more free radicals, unstable molecules that damage our cells and tissues. Certain types of meat, especially those cooked at high temperatures or processed with chemicals, can make this worse. When meat is fried, grilled, or charred, it forms compounds called HCAs and PAHs. These can inflame your body and over time increase your risk for cancers and heart disease. And when you eat meats that are cured or preserved, like bacon, sausages, or deli slices, they often contain nitrates and nitrites, which convert into harmful compounds once inside your digestive system. Add to that the saturated fats and sodium in many commercial meats, and you've got a recipe for trouble. These can stiffen arteries, raise blood pressure, and force your heart and kidneys to work harder than they should. That's why many older adults feel more tired, bloated, or achy after eating heavy red or processed meats. It's not just aging. It's their body reacting to foods that create inflammation and oxidative stress. And there's one more hidden culprit I want to mention, something called AGEs, short for advanced glycation end products. These form when meats are cooked at high temperatures, like grilling, frying, or roasting until browned. AGEs accelerate aging from the inside out. They damage collagen, stiffen blood vessels, and make your skin, joints, and organs age faster. Now, I'm not saying you should never enjoy a barbecue again, but it's important to understand what's happening inside your body when you do. Because once you know better, you can make small adjustments that have a big impact. For example, choosing leaner cuts, cooking with moisture like steaming or baking, and adding antioxidant-rich foods such as herbs, lemon, or olive oil can all reduce ages dramatically. In other words, you can still enjoy your favorite meals, but in a way that supports your long-term health. So, let's sum this up. After age 60, your body needs more protein to protect your muscles, but it also needs better quality protein to process it efficiently. The right amino acids, especially leucine, are essential for muscle maintenance. Certain meats, especially fatty, processed, or charred ones, can trigger inflammation and oxidative stress, and cooking methods matter almost as much as the meat itself. Now that we understand why the quality of meat matters so much after 60, let's take a closer look at the 4 meats you should never touch, the ones that can quietly damage your health, no matter how small the serving might seem. You might be surprised to find a few of your favorites on this list. Now that we understand why meat quality matters so much after 60, let's talk about the 4 meats you should never touch, the ones quietly weaken your body, even when they seem normal. These are the same meats most of us grew up eating: bacon at breakfast, burgers for lunch, barbecue on weekends. But after 60, your body changes. The same foods that once gave you energy can now inflame your joints, strain your heart, and accelerate aging. Let's go through them one by one. 1. Processed meats. Bacon, sausage, hot dogs, deli meats. Processed meats are at the top of the list. They're loaded with sodium, nitrates, and preservatives that give them flavor and a long shelf life. But inside your body, those chemicals do the opposite of preserving. Nitrates turn into compounds called nitrosamines, linked to colon cancer, stomach cancer, and dementia. The high sodium content raises blood pressure and stresses your heart and kidneys. And all those preservatives fuel chronic inflammation, which worsens arthritis and fatigue. If you often feel bloated or sluggish after breakfast meats, that's your body signaling distress. Healthier swap. Bake or roast lean turkey or chicken breast, slice it thin, and store it in the fridge. It's pure protein, no chemicals, no bloating, just clean fuel for your muscles. 2. Fatty red meats. Ribeye, brisket, lamb. Next, red meat. Not all red meat is bad, but fattier cuts can do real harm after 60. They're rich in saturated fat, which raises LDL cholesterol, the kind that clogs arteries and makes them stiff. As we age, arteries naturally lose flexibility, so that extra fat can speed up heart disease. Fatty red meat also promotes inflammation and insulin resistance, making it harder to manage weight, blood sugar, and joint health. The key word is moderation. If you enjoy red meat, choose lean, grass-fed cuts like sirloin or flank steak, and keep portions small, about the size of your palm. Balance it with vegetables or fiber-rich sides to offset the impact. So don't cut it out completely, just cut back smartly. 3. Fried or charred meats. Barbecue, grilled steak, crispy skins. Here's one many people overlook: fried and charred meats. When meat is cooked at very high temperatures, whether on the grill or in a pan, it produces HCAs and PAHs, compounds known to damage DNA and raise cancer risk, especially for the colon and pancreas. Those delicious crispy edges on steak or chicken skin, they're full of these toxins. The darker the char, the worse the damage. Better approach: use gentle cooking methods, bake, steam, or air fry. And if you do grill, marinate your meat with lemon, herbs, or olive oil. These natural antioxidants cut down those harmful compounds dramatically. You still get the flavor without the hidden danger. Number 4, organ meats. Liver, kidneys. Organ meats like liver and kidneys can be nutrient-dense, but too much of them is a big problem for seniors. They're packed with cholesterol and purines, which break down into uric acid, triggering gout, joint pain, and kidney strain. And because they contain very high levels of vitamin A, eating them too often can actually cause dizziness, headaches, or even bone loss. Small, occasional portions, maybe once a month, are fine if your doctor approves, but daily or weekly consumption, too risky. At this stage of life, your organs need protection, not overload. Quick recap. Let's recap the 4 meats to avoid after 60. Processed meats, packed with salt and preservatives that fuel cancer and inflammation. Fatty red meats, too much saturated fat, bad for your heart and joints. Fried or charred meats form toxic compounds that damage DNA. Organ meats in excess, overload kidneys and raise gout risk. When you start cutting back on these, you'll notice real changes. Better energy, smoother digestion, clearer thinking, even better sleep. And the good news, there are still plenty of delicious, healthy meats that nourish your body after 60. Meats that help you stay strong, protect your heart, and keep your mind sharp. So don't go anywhere, because next, we'll look at the 4 best meats you should be eating regularly to stay healthy, vibrant, and active in your 60s and beyond. Now that we've talked about the meats that can quietly drain your health, let's shift the focus to something far more positive. The 4 best meats you should eat after 60. These are the proteins that protect your muscles, support your heart and brain, and help your body age gracefully without giving up flavor or joy in eating. Let's start with one of the most powerful superfoods in the world of meat. Fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel, trout. If there's one protein that can transform your health after 60, it's fatty fish. These fish are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, healthy fats that reduce inflammation, improve blood circulation, and protect the brain from age-related decline. Studies show omega-3s can even lower the risk of dementia and heart disease, while easing joint stiffness from arthritis. They're also rich in vitamin D and vitamin B12, 2 nutrients many seniors lack, essential for bone strength, energy, and nerve function. Aim for 2 to 3 servings per week. Baked or grilled salmon with lemon and herbs or sardines on whole grain toast gives you a clean, delicious source of protein without the heavy fats of red meat. Think of it as food for the heart and the mind. Skinless poultry, chicken and turkey. Next up, skinless poultry. Lean, gentle on digestion, and packed with high-quality protein that keeps muscles strong. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at using protein, so the type of protein matters. Chicken and turkey provide the essential amino acids, especially leucine, that help prevent muscle loss, or what doctors call sarcopenia. They're naturally low in saturated fat, which keeps cholesterol levels in check, and easy to cook in dozens of healthy ways. Skip the fryer. Instead, bake, roast, or stew your poultry with olive oil, garlic, or rosemary. That way you keep all the flavor without turning your meal into an inflammation bomb. Just one palm-sized portion at lunch or dinner can go a long way in preserving muscle tone and energy. Plant-based proteins. Tempeh, tofu, lentil, meats. Now, technically, these aren't meats, but they deserve a spot on this list because they can beautifully replace or balance animal protein. Plant-based proteins are rich in fiber, antioxidants, and phytonutrients that help lower cholesterol and keep digestion smooth. A big plus for anyone over 60. Tempeh and tofu provide a clean, complete protein source, while lentils or chickpea meats can reduce the saturated fat load that stresses your heart. And when you combine them with grains like brown rice or quinoa, you create a complete amino acid profile, the same quality protein found in meat. Try swapping 1 or 2 dinners each week for a plant-based option. You'll feel lighter, your blood sugar will stay more stable, and your gut, your second brain, will thank you. Lean game or grass-fed meats, bison, venison, grass-fed beef. And finally, for those who still enjoy the flavor of red meat, this is the healthiest way to keep it in your diet. Bison, venison, and grass-fed beef are naturally leaner than standard store-bought cuts. They contain less saturated fat but more iron, zinc, and B vitamins, key nutrients for blood health, metabolism, and immune function. Because these animals are raised naturally, they also have fewer antibiotics and hormones, which means fewer inflammatory side effects for your body. Grill or slow cook these meats at lower temperatures to preserve nutrients and prevent charring. Season with herbs instead of heavy sauces or salt. You'll get all the strength-building benefits of meat, without the heart and joint risks that come from fatty, processed options. It's clean, ancestral, and deeply nourishing. Let's quickly recap the 4 best meats for life after 60. Fatty fish, rich in omega-3s for heart, brain, and joint health. Skinless poultry, lean, easy to digest, and perfect for maintaining muscle. Plant-based proteins, full of fiber and antioxidants for cholesterol control. Lean game or grass-fed meats, nutrient-dense and anti-inflammatory. These foods don't just feed you, they heal you. They give your body the building blocks to stay strong, clear-minded, and active well into your 70s and 80s. Now that we've covered the best and worst meats, let's put it all together into a simple weekly plan you can follow, so you'll always know what to eat, when to eat it, and how to balance your meals for lasting health. Now that you know which meats to avoid and which ones to enjoy, let's make it practical, because knowledge is only powerful when you can use it every day. In this part, I'll show you exactly how to balance meat in your diet after 60, how much to eat, how to combine it with other foods, and how to cook it in ways that protect your health. Portion guide, the amount for your body. First, let's talk about portion size, because when it comes to meat, more is not always better. After 60, your metabolism slows down and your body actually becomes less efficient at processing large portions of protein at once. So here's the golden rule. Stick to about 3 to 4 ounces per meal, roughly the size of your palm or a deck of cards. That's enough to nourish your muscles and organs without overloading your kidneys or digestive system. If you enjoy meat twice a day, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure you balance it with colorful vegetables, fiber, and healthy fats. Combine meat with vegetables, fiber, and whole grains. Meat is just one part of a healthy plate, not the whole story. What you eat with it matters just as much as the meat itself. Pair every serving of meat with a rainbow of vegetables, greens like spinach or broccoli for antioxidants, carrots and bell peppers for vitamin C, and fiber-rich sides like quinoa, brown rice, or lentils. Fiber slows digestion, supports gut health, and helps your body absorb the nutrients from protein more effectively. Think of your plate as a team effort. Meat provides the building blocks, and plants bring the protection and balance. Healthy cooking methods. Now let's talk about cooking, because how you cook your meat can make the difference between healing your body and harming it. After 60, it's best to keep things gentle and moist. Skip the deep fryer and the high-heat grill. Those create harmful compounds. Instead, go for methods like steaming, which preserves nutrients and keeps the meat tender, baking or roasting at moderate heat with olive oil and herbs, slow cooking, which breaks down protein fibers and makes meat easier to digest. You can even use an air fryer for crispiness without all the oil. And don't forget natural flavor. Herbs like rosemary, thyme, and turmeric not only taste amazing, but also help reduce inflammation. Healthy cooking isn't about losing flavor, it's about unlocking it. Weekly sample plan, a balanced rotation. Let's put this all together into a simple weekly guide you can follow. Monday, baked salmon with roasted vegetables and quinoa. Tuesday, stewed chicken breast with brown rice and greens. Wednesday, tofu or lentil stir-fry with mixed vegetables. Thursday, turkey meatballs with whole grain pasta and tomato sauce. Friday, grilled trout or sardines with sweet potato and spinach. Saturday, grass-fed beef or bison chili, hearty but light. Sunday, a plant-based protein day, tempeh, chickpeas, or lentil soup. This rotation gives your body variety, different amino acids, different nutrients, and less inflammation overall. It also keeps your meals exciting and satisfying because healthy eating should never feel boring. Support protein with lifestyle habits. Finally, remember, protein doesn't work alone. To truly benefit from what you eat, your body needs support in 3 key areas: hydration, vitamins, and movement. Hydration. Protein metabolism produces waste that must be filtered by your kidneys. So drink plenty of water, about 6 to 8 glasses a day, to help your body process it safely. Vitamins and minerals. Make sure you're getting enough vitamin D, calcium, magnesium, and B12, all crucial for maintaining bone strength and nerve function. Fatty fish, eggs, and leafy greens can help, but supplements may be needed if your doctor recommends them. Exercise. Muscles only stay strong if you use them. Combine good protein with resistance exercises, light weights, walking, yoga, or simple body movements. That's how your body actually turns protein into strength. So remember, it's not about eating more meat or cutting it out entirely. It's about finding your balance. choosing the right kinds, the right portions, and the right combinations that allow your body to thrive, not struggle. When you make those small, consistent choices, you protect your heart, your muscles, and your mind for years to come. And that truly is the secret to aging with strength and grace. Transition to closing. In the next and final part, we'll wrap everything up with key takeaways, motivational advice, and how you can start making these changes today, one meal at a time. So let's bring it all together. If you take just one thing away from this video, let it be this. After 60, the quality of your protein matters more than ever. Avoid the troublemakers. Processed meats like bacon and sausage, fatty red meats that raise cholesterol, fried or charred meats that damage your cells, and excessive organ meats that strain your kidneys. And instead, fill your plate with the foods that heal. Fatty fish like salmon and sardines for your heart and brain, skinless poultry to keep your muscles strong, plant-based proteins for balance and fiber, and lean grass-fed meats for strength without inflammation. Because changing what's on your plate can literally add years to your life and life to your years. It's never too late to start nourishing your body the right way. Every smart choice you make, every meal cooked with care, is an investment in more energy, sharper thinking, and a stronger, more independent you. So I encourage you, take a look at your next meal and ask yourself, is this helping my body age well? If not, you already know what to do. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe for more doctor-backed health advice, and share in the comments below. What meat will you be switching to this week? I love hearing your stories and helping you build habits that truly last. Thank you for watching. Take care, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.